Well, that can be said of the whole world. In fact, facing an uncertain future, this pandemic may have triggered a new Cold War. America and China are at loggerheads. Both sides behaving like street fighters, trading charges and slinging mud almost every day. Last evening, US President Donald Trump escalated his battle with China. He took a vow to make China pay. Now, Trump, we know, is a master of U-turns. First, he called it a Chinese virus. Then he praised China's response. And now he says he will make China pay. Here's another sample. Over the weekend, Donald Trump slammed what he called the lamestream media. He said talking to the press was a waste of time. And then he did exactly that, talk to the press. The US president held a press conference that almost did not happen. But once Trump got started, he did not stop. He spoke at length about the possible ways to hold China accountable. First, he said America is conducting, quote unquote, serious investigations against China.
There are a lot of ways you can hold them accountable. We're doing very serious investigations, as you probably know. And we are not happy with China. We are not happy with that whole situation because we believe it could have been stopped at the source. It could have been stopped quickly and it wouldn't have spread all over the world. And we think that should have happened. So we'll let you know at the appropriate time, but we are doing serious investigations.
The next topic was reparations, seeking damages from China. A reporter asked the US president about a recent German newspaper editorial, the same paper that sent a $165 billion bill to China. Well, Trump did not just endorse the idea, he wanted to emulate it. The president said he might send China a bill of his own.
Well, we could do something much easier than that. We have ways of doing things a lot easier than that. But Germany's looking at things and we're looking at things, and we're talking about a lot more money than Germany's talking about. Yeah, please go ahead.
Mr. President,
we haven't determined the final amount yet.
Thank you, Mr. President.
It's very substantial. If you look at the world, I mean, this is worldwide damage. This is damage to the U.S., but this is damage to the world.
This is worldwide damage, he says, and we haven't determined the final amount yet, the amount that China should pay. The US president wants to bill China for more. A clear indication that America is not going to let this go. It wants China to pay damages, unless, of course, Trump changes his mind and his tune after another phone call with Xi Jinping. For the moment, he wants to make China pay. What is China saying? Of course, they're angry. Beijing today issued its most bitter response yet. It called Trump's statement nonsense. China said the US is telling the world barefaced lies.
American politicians have repeatedly ignored the facts and talked nonsense. The only purpose is to try to shirk their responsibility for the improper handling of their own epidemic situation and divert public attention. Their attempt will never succeed. Although American politicians keep blaming China, they could not erase the progress we made in fighting the epidemic through hard work. Nor will it benefit the United States' domestic epidemic prevention. By doing so, it will only further expose the sinister infections of the United States itself and serious problems in the country. We advise American politicians to reflect on their own problems and try their best to contain the epidemic as soon as possible, instead of continuing to play tricks to blame China.
我们奉劝美国的政客还是要好好反省自身问题。
The United States and China are locked in an ugly contest now. The coronavirus crisis is changing a lot of things. It could change the global power balance. But Trump's call to make China pay is significant nonetheless. It's the first time that a head of state has made such a remark, and that to the President of the United States of America. Although this president can be credited with many such firsts. The question now is this: will Donald Trump follow through on his threats?